Welcome to PMI News. I'm Zoya Fatima here with you. Headlines today. BJP Party State Chief Bandi Sanjay Kumar accuses TRS of using official machinery to win Huzurabad by poll. KCR fooled people of Telangana, alleges Jitendra Reddy. Warangal development comes to naught. 4 members of a family drown in Manjira River. AITUC demands Telangana government to resolve employee issues. Karimnagar Mayor Sunil Rao launches development works. People form human chain demanding 100-bed hospital in Alampur. Man Ki Baat, PM Modi urges people to overcome vaccine hesitancy. Priyanka Gandhi to camp in Lucknow now. Yogi Adityanath government increases genome sequencing to face Delta Plus threat. News in detail. BJP Party State Chief Bandi Sanjay Kumar accuses TRS of using official machinery to win Huzurabad by poll. The state leadership of Bharatiya Janata Party accused the ruling TRS of misusing the official machinery to win the Huzurabad by poll, adding that TRS ministers and leaders were playing opportunist politics. Party State Chief Bandi Sanjay Kumar slammed Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao and other TRS leaders for misleading people and accusing the centre of depriving Telangana its share of river water. KCR fooled people of Telangana, alleges Jitendra Reddy. Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao had received all sections of people in the guise of Telangana movement. After gaining power as Chief Minister in the new state of Telangana during the past 7 years of his rule, he has provided no jobs, no funds, and now no water to the people of the state. Alleged senior BJP leader and former Member of Parliament Jitendra Reddy, while taking part in the inspection of a vaccination centre in Narayanpet district on Saturday. The BJP leader said that despite the central government's assistance regarding various facilities and equipments, the state administration has failed to utilize the same effectively and failed to contain the spread of COVID disease in the state. The TS government has also failed to reach the vaccination targets, Jitendra Reddy said. The central government has made him in charge of Telangana state to supervise the vaccination drives being taken up at various centers across the Telangana. Warangal development comes to naught, with the government holding up its decision to appoint a full-time municipal commissioner to the Greater Warangal after it promoted and transferred Pamela Satpati to Yadadri Bhongi district. The ongoing developmental works in the city have almost come to a grinding halt. Adding more woes to it, newly elected corporators are yet to familiarize themselves with the functioning of the Urban Local Body, ULB. The absence of municipal commissioner at a time when the city needed most will have adverse effects on developmental works, with the government asking the urban district collector Rajiv Gandhi Hanumantu to look after the affairs of the GWMC instead of delineating full additional charge to him. Several key issues such as tenders to be finalized and called for, issuing work orders, etc. have been put on hold. The city has seen 6 municipal commissioners, literally 1 a year, since it became Greater Warangal Municipal Corporation GWMC in 2015. 4 members of a family drowned in Manjira River. 4 members of a family drowned in the Manjira River on Thursday. They belong to Pichkunda Mandal of Jukal constituency in Kamareddy district. The incident took place on their way to visit the Birpur Dargah on the other side of the Manjira River from Shetlur village, the villagers said. Anjava 40, a resident of Shetluru village, along with her children Jyoti 17, Gangotri 12 and Chintu Prashant 7, left for Birkur Dargah on the other side of the Manjira on Thursday. Tensions erupted when villagers protested that the tragedy had taken place as sand quarry operators were digging huge pits. The villagers demanded that the quarry operators pay compensation to the families of the deceased. AITUC demands Telangana government to resolve employees' issue. AITUC and medical contract employees staged a protest against the government on Saturday in Shadnagar. AITUC District President Panuganti Parvatalu said that we have been protesting for the past 10 days to include security and sanitization works working in the medical sector under the PRC. Speaking on the occasion, Panuganti Parvatalu said that the government is ignoring sanitation works who clean the hospital on a regular basis by providing all kinds of services to corona patients. He said that AITEC will continue to fight till all those working in the medical field are made permanent through contract outsourcing. Later, he demanded the Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao to open his eyes and abolish the contract system. Karimnagar Mayor Sunil Rao launches development works. City Mayor Y. Sunil Rao said the state government would take up all the priority tasks in the city and work towards achieving the target. He informed that tender process for Rs 64 crore worth development works had been completed in the past and all the works were under progress. Tenders for another Rs 18 crore works under various grants would be called in another week. Sunil Rao performed the rituals for CC Road and drainage works in 60th and 36th divisions in Karimnagar city on Saturday. Speaking to media persons on the occasion, he said, tenders were being called for all the works set by the municipal council and work was being executed. People form human chain demanding 100-bed hospital in Alampur. The people of Alampur, along with members of various social groups, members of NGOs, various parties from Alampur and surrounding villages, formed human chain at Alampur crossroads and demanded construction of 100-bed hospital in the constituency headquarters on Saturday. At present, there is only one community health center in Alampur with just 50-bed capacities. However, this hospital is also facing a lot of problems due to inadequate healthcare staff, no proper facilities for the patients, and no diagnostic equipments for conducting medical tests. We have faced a lot of problems due to lack of a good hospital in Alampur. Minor boy commits suicide. A minor boy committed suicide by hanging himself in the city. The incident took place under Kukatpalli police station limits. According to the details revealed by police, the victim has been identified as 12-year-old Manikanta. He is studying in the 8th standard in a private school. The victim is attending online classes in the absence of his brother. However, he committed suicide at his residence when there was nobody in the house. The locals have observed the same and called up the police. The police have found that the boy was playing a video game before committing the suicide. Man Ki Baat. PM Modi urges people to overcome vaccine hesitancy. The Prime Minister said that the aim should be that every citizen in every village of the country is administered COVID-19 vaccine. Nothing that India is now able to administer lakhs of vaccine doses every day. The Prime Minister warned avoiding vaccine jabs may be very dangerous and such act will not only push every individual's life in danger but that of the family members as well. In a live telephonic conversation with some groups of people belonging to Madhya Pradesh, Betul district during Man Ki Baat program, the Prime Minister advised them to shun the vaccine hesitancy and accept the shots offered to them by the government for their safety. Priyanka Gandhi to camp in Lucknow now. For the third time in a year, there is a strong buzz in the UP Congress that Party General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will now camp in Lucknow and work for the party from ground zero. The reason behind the buzz is the fact that the bungalow owned by former Union Minister late Sheila Kaul, which was to be Priyanka's home in Lucknow last year, is now getting a fresh makeover. A bamboo barricade is being set up along the boundary wall to further obstruct the view into the building and minor repairs are being carried out. The Kauls, it is said, had offered their bungalow to Priyanka, Sheila Kaul. It may be recalled was late Indira Gandhi's maternal aunt and her husband, late Prof. Kailash Nath Kaul, lived in this bungalow on Gokhale Marg. Yogi Adityanath government increases genome sequencing to face Delta Plus threat. The Uttar Pradesh government has directed to increase the facility of genome sequencing for its test study. In this regard, genome sequencing of 100 samples has been started at the King George Medical University (KGMU) for in-depth investigation of COVID patients. The results of these samples will be helpful in making necessary efforts to counter the threat of the Delta Plus variant. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has directed that testing facilities should be increased in the medical institutions of Varanasi and Noida on the lines of KGMC and Ram Manohar Lohia Institute, Lucknow. PMI News, Hyderabad.